Welcome, friends, to a journey through the Book of Numbers. Today, we're diving into chapters 19 to 36, where God teaches the Israelites important lessons about faith, obedience, and His divine promises. Stick with us to uncover the powerful spiritual insights in these chapters. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more biblical teachings. Let's uncover the timeless wisdom woven into these chapters, lessons that resonate as powerfully today as they did millennia ago. Our journey begins with a rather curious ceremony, the ritual of the red heifer. God commands the Israelites to sacrifice a heifer without blemish and use its ashes for purification. This wasn't just about outward cleanliness but the cleansing of the soul, a concept that echoes through the ages. The red heifer foreshadowed a greater sacrifice to come, Jesus Christ, whose blood washes away the sins of all who believe. Just as those ashes cleansed the Israelites, Christ's sacrifice purifies us, making us worthy to stand before God. As we reflect on this ancient ritual, let us ask ourselves, what are the impurities in our own lives that need God's cleansing touch? The desert journey wasn't easy. The Israelites, weary and parched, often grumbled against Moses and God. In a pivotal moment, God instructs Moses to speak to a rock to bring forth water. Frustrated, Moses strikes the rock twice instead. Water gushes forth, but Moses' disobedience costs him entry into the Promised Land. This isn't about a vengeful God, but understanding that God's instructions are for our good. Moses, despite his years of faithful service, was held accountable for his actions. Let us strive to walk in obedience, trusting that His ways, though sometimes mysterious, are always for our ultimate good. The story of the bronze serpent is a powerful prefigurement of the salvation offered through Jesus Christ. The Israelites, tested in the wilderness, face a plague of venomous snakes. God instructs Moses to fashion a bronze serpent and lift it high on a pole. Those who looked upon the bronze serpent were healed, a simple act of trust, bringing about their salvation. Just as the Israelites looked to that serpent and were healed, we are called to look to Jesus, lifted high on the cross. Christ, though blameless, took upon Himself the penalty for our transgressions, offering us forgiveness and eternal life. All we have to do is look to Him, believe in His sacrifice, and we will be made whole. The story of Balaam, a prophet hired to curse the Israelites, shows that no weapon formed against God's people can prosper. Balak, the king of Moab, summons Balaam to curse the Israelites. God intervenes, sending an angel to block Balaam's path. Balaam's donkey speaks, warning him of the angel's presence. Instead of curses, blessings flow from Balaam's lips. 3 times Balak tries to manipulate the situation, but God turns Balaam's words into blessings. The message is clear: God's plans cannot be thwarted, and His protective hand is upon those who are His. The story of Baal Peor serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of compromise. The Israelites, on the verge of entering the Promised Land, are lured by the Moabites into idolatry. They forget the covenant they had made with God and succumb to temptation. A plague sweeps through the camp, claiming the lives of thousands. This story holds a vital message for us today: to guard our hearts against anything that might draw us away from God. We live in a world filled with temptations, but true fulfillment is found only in obedience to God's will. Let us learn from the mistakes of those who came before us, remembering that compromise with sin always comes at a price. The story of Zelophehad's daughters shines as a beacon of justice and God's heart for all people. Zelophehad dies, leaving behind 5 daughters but no sons. In those times, inheritance was passed down through male heirs. The daughters boldly approach Moses, laying out their case before him and God. God declares that Zelophehad's daughters are right, and they receive their father's inheritance. This act establishes a precedent, showing God's heart for justice and equality. It encourages us to stand up for what is right, knowing that God champions the cause of the overlooked. As we approach the end of our journey through Numbers 19 to 36, we find the Israelites on the cusp of the Promised Land. Challenges remain, battles must be fought, and God prepares His people for the journey ahead. Instructions on making vows to God remind us of the importance of commitment and faithfulness. God outlines the rules of warfare, emphasizing justice and restraint. Cities of refuge are established, serving as a testament to God's mercy. These instructions point to a God who is both just and merciful, guiding his people with wisdom. As we reflect on these final chapters, let us be encouraged by God's faithfulness and his unwavering commitment to his promises. As we conclude our exploration of Numbers 19 to 36, let the lessons we've uncovered resonate deeply within our hearts. We've journeyed with the Israelites, witnessed their triumphs and failures, and through it all, one thing remains constant: the faithfulness of God. He is a God who keeps his promises and guides his people with unwavering love. May we strive to live lives marked by faith, integrity, and a deep-seated commitment to following God's path. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more biblical teachings. Let's continue growing in faith together.